I'm Anna, this is Sam, Julie, and Zoe. And today we're here representing Erie High School's new S.M.A.R.T team, or Students Modeling a Research Topic. Now at some point today, you've had a glass of water, though you might have never even realized it. Water is imperative to our health, and sometimes we completely underestimate its importance to our bodies. It is even important on a cellular level. Water is vital to each and every one of our cells. But how does it get there? How is it regulated? Well, none of this would be possible without the use of a protein called an aquaporin. You might not know what that is. You might have never even heard that term before. But by the end of this presentation, you will not only know exactly what an aquaporin is, but you will also know its importance to our bodies, our health, our future, and our society.
First, let's start with a story. We're lucky to all be here tonight. Or more accurately, it's unfortunate that 39-year-old CJ couldn't be here with us tonight. She, like many others, drank 1 liter of soy sauce as a fad new internet diet cleanse. And you're probably wondering why she did this and why it's the worst thing that you could do to your body. Well, consuming 1 liter of soy sauce means consuming 18,700 milligrams of salt. That's a lot. And salt is water soluble, and in high doses, it can do serious damage to our cells. Now, CJ's water, all the water in her body was absorbed and attracted out of her cells, and that caused her cells to shrivel up. This led to her permanent brain damage. Now, how can we have used aquaporins to change the outcome of her story? Well, before we get into that specifically, let's learn a little bit more about how these proteins work.
Cells are the basic building blocks of life, as any biologist would tell you. You and I are made up of 37.2 trillion cells. And in each of these 37.2 trillion cells are hundreds of little organelles, or to put it simply, the organs of our cells. Now, the specific organelle we've been studying is called the cell membrane, which contains our essential aquaporin protein. The aquaporin protein is essential because it controls the rate in which water enters and leaves our cells. How does this process work, you may ask?
Well, the cell membrane is made of fats called phospholipids. Now, normally fat and water don't mix, and there's no exception here. If that's the case, then just how does water get in and out of our cells? Well, some membranes can be a little leaky, allowing water to diffuse in and out very slowly. But if that were the only mechanism, we would all be dead. Water moves much more rapidly throughout our cell membrane than can be done by simple leaky diffusion, and it must in order for our biological machinery to function. That's why we have aquaporins. In 1993, Peter Allgray was awarded the Nobel Prize for their discovery. Aquaporins are, simply put, holes in the cell membrane that allow water to pass through in single file. They are so specialized that they allow water to pass through but leave behind stuff like charged electrolytes. Aquaporins are one of the most important building blocks of our cells. They maintain osmolarity. And because of this, they maintain things like body temperature, they help cushion vital organs, and even rid of waste. So unfortunately, in poor CJ's case, the aquaporins did exactly what they were supposed to. They transported water out of the cell in order to maintain balance, which in turn caused her cells to shrivel up, collapse, and die.
Now the question is, how can we apply this research into the medicinal field of today? Well, the specific aquaporin that we've been studying is known simply as aquaporin number 1. You got biochemists to thank for that. As aquaporins 0 and 2 through 13 have already been taken. These waterlogged channel proteins can be found in red blood cells as well as smooth muscle, which means that in addition to maintaining osmolarity, these are responsible for maintaining the fluid pressure in organs such as your eyes. Errors in the transcription of the AQP1 gene have led to disorders such as glaucoma, where upon translating the incorrect DNA strand have led to aquaporins with healthy aquaporins that have normal-sized openings in them to be excessively constricted or have the holes absent completely, which leads to restricted flow of fluids in and out of the eye as needed. Now, this can lead to the stimulation of the ocular nerve, which is the nerve that connects your eye to your brain, and to sending signals of intense pain that can often be debilitating. If not treated, glaucoma can lead to permanent blindness, and in fact is the leading cause of such in people above the age of 60. Human beings go through a lot of complications with the onset of the aging process, but for now, you have your aquaporins to thank for the gift of sight.
Aquaporin 1 has been linked to the development of cancer. Cancer can progress in the human body without the invasive and migratory nature of the cancerous cells. And scientists are so certain of this link that they actually use the overexpression of Aquaporin 1 as a prognostic factor for cancer. So Aquaporin 1 is bad, right? Well, not necessarily. First off, they kind of keep our cells alive. And secondly, we can use this information for the betterment community of the medical community.
Looking forward with our knowledge of aquaporins, we have already begun to better develop the medical worlds. The gene responsible for the production of aquaporin 1 is known as AQP1. With new genetic editing technology with machines such as CRISPR and genetic fortune-telling technology becoming more and more advanced, AQP1 could be the solution to many leading medical cases. By ensuring that aquaporins are equally distributed throughout all of our cells, we could reduce the risk of glaucoma and cancer alike. The world is advancing, and our goal is to combine our knowledge of aquaporins with new medical technology to help save some lives and hopefully make the world a better place. Thank you.